Hey everybody, welcome to Morris County's Best of the Best video series. Today we got a really special guest. I want to introduce to you Jace Botti. She is actually the president of Weichert Realtors sales department. She's in charge of, how many people are you in charge of nowadays, Jackie?
Around 7,000.
7,000,
Yeah.
wow.
7 states, 7,000.
7,000. Now how long have you been in business, Jackie?
I've been with Jim for 26 years.
26 years.
I actually started as an associate in the Chester office.
Really? And where'd
Yeah.
you live before that?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Yeah, I was transferred here from Minnesota. So.
Wow. So ultimately you kind of climbed the ranks in 27 years. Now you're in charge. You're the president of sales, which is incredible. Obviously, she's one of the most respected women in my eyes in the company, without question. She pretty much is Jim on a day-to-day operation. So Jackie, part of this series is asking successful people like you, whether it's in real estate or outside of real estate. If I said, what are the 3 or 4 things that make Jackie successful and have worked for the 27 years across the span? Not just like something you did once and it worked, but that you do consistently, that would be a foundational skill that somebody can learn from. Because success is something that is duplicatable, repeatable. So what are your successful traits, you think?
So he had this conversation with me before today. So I sort of anticipated where it was going to go. And so I put some thoughts together on a flip chart here. I want to share them with you because my success is a result of this organization. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine my mentor has been James Weichert.
Sure.
In recent years, I've reported directly to him. And
let me interrupt one sec. He's the largest privately held,
independently owned real estate
largest
yeah.
independently owned real estate firm. Started in Chatham, New Jersey, handing out flyers at a train station. Now, 27 years later, has how many offices?
Well, it's not just the residential company, which is 150 offices, but when you combine that with all of his family of companies, he's the 3rd largest relocation company.
God bless.
The franchise company has 280 offices in it.
So what'd you learn? What'd you bring us that you learned?
Okay, so let me share this with you. So my winning is the company winning at Weichert, and whether I was an associate, a regional vice president, a senior vice president, even my current capacity, there have always been a short list of priorities, if you will, or strategies that we've had as an organization.
Okay.
So before I share them with you, I have to say this, that this only starts with outstanding leadership.
Without question.
And one of the principles, if you will, that Jim has always employed is that anyone between Jim Weichert and the sales associate had to be a great sales associate. You had to list and sell houses. There's no skipping through the residential company.
Yeah.
So at every level in our company, we all get it because we all listed and sold houses. So as the market changes and as things shift, we are grounded to this. And this is the first thing I'd like to share, and that is we are grounded to the point of sale.
So in other words, what you mean by the point of sale?
In other words, let me answer your question. The point of sale is when our associates are face to face with buyers and sellers.
So Jim says it all the time, belly to belly, right?
So any decision that we make as a company at a senior level, where we're going to invest people or financial resources to an initiative, we always come back to this.
Okay.
Is that going to help our sales associates list and sell more houses? Now, the point of sale as a strategy for our associates is centered in what are they doing when they're face to face with buyers and sellers. Yeah. And so the focus goes all the way down the line. And for our sales associates, and those who are listening at that level, the point of sale is you got to know more than the information that the consumer can get on the internet.
Right.
You factually have to demonstrate what the opportunity is in your local market, and you got to stay on it.
Right.
So having this as a key element of what you're concentrating on every day for associates is what am I doing face to face with buyers and sellers every day. At a senior level, point of sale is what are we doing to enhance that experience with our buyers and sellers at the associate level.
So you're not just telling us what we can do, you're actually living it through your senior level all the way down.
Absolutely.
And you bring it all the way down to the agent.
So the next thing is our belief in a superior presentation, principally with both sellers and buyers. And we believe very strongly in our presentations and
Obviously.
and the fact that they should be customized.
Absolutely.
To take the time to make it customized for each individual seller and buyer for that matter, and demonstrate before they actually give you the job that you've essentially done a lot of work leading up to that point.
I can tell you from an agent standpoint, your level of depth, being able to do it from the average $100,000 house to the $1.5 million or $3 million, $5 million house, and having it at my fingertips as an agent and being able to turn that around in less than 24 hours is absolutely amazing.
Well, that's indicative of the first thing.
Absolutely. So what's our third thing?
The third is our understanding that our industry, our business is built on relationships.
Absolutely.
And we never lose sight of that. And so before we're selling a product or a service, we want to focus in with everyone on the relationship aspect of how they're going to work together.
Okay.
So all of our training, everything that we do as an organization is centered on the idea that people buy people before they buy a product and a service.
You know what I've learned since being here is Weichert, unlike a Remax or a Keller Williams, is not transaction-based. They're relationship-based.
Right.
It's a lifetime of, if we have a relationship, you can come to us one-stop shopping. You can come to us for your mortgage. You can come to us for your title. You can come to us for your insurance. And we do it all in-house, and we always have the resources, and also have your records.
Well, we didn't plan this, but that's a great segue for my last bullet here, and that is...
Shocking! Look at that.
See, you're smiling because you didn't know I was going
I
there.
didn't know that.
But let me just say this. Jim's been at this one-stop, a full-service experience a long time ago. When he was an associate,
Right.
his personal mindset was, I'll take care of that for you. I'll take care of that for you. So whatever needed to be done from the initial point of contact with a buyer or seller all the way to closing, he was prepared to do it all.
Right.
So that was just his mindset.
Sure.
So when he established his company, given that mindset, of course he was going to have his own mortgage company. Of course he was going to have his own title company
Which made
because
sense.
he wanted the total control over the service level that every person who worked with his company received. So it
what do you think is-
coincidentally, over this period of time, and he's been at it a long time,
Right.
it just so happened that the nature of the real estate transaction became increasingly more difficult and more complex.
Yes.
And so, you look at the NAR buyer survey for last year, 85% of people in this country want to work with a company who offers full services.
Absolutely.
So it's just a great fit for us. We've been working at it a long time. All of Jim's companies, family of companies, all line up with real estate. For example, he doesn't own an automobile company.
No.
I mean, all of the companies within our family of companies are all directed to enhance what I started out with, and that's that point of sale experience.
So if I asked you, obviously you have 4 very specific things, and if I had you and Jim in an elevator and you said to us, you just happen to be in passing and say, hey, I'm in the real estate business. Hey, oh my God, you're Jim Weichert and Jackie Botti. What would be the one thing that you can ask and you could tell me as either an agent or a customer or a friend of the business where you would encompass all 4 of these in one line that would, I guess what would be the mission statement for the company to say, what is our mission and what do we do?
Well, honestly, you go back to this. That is people buy people before they buy a product or service. You have to go face to face.
So ironically enough, to segue back to the best of the best videos, I asked you, and I think I asked you at an event, and you said, and Dominic actually threw you under the bus and said, okay, Jackie will do it. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, like this video
right,
today, right?
Right, and your assistant actually emailed me and said, hey, Jackie wants to do that video with you. I was like, oh my God. So,
Yeah.
Ironically enough, I guess what this goes back to is, what this is hiring good people that spend time with other highly skilled good people. And what you're saying is, we're not only focused on this, but we're telling our agents and we're telling our people and our customers. And I mean, we see it. I see it on it from your, obviously here, there's probably 15 people between you and me. It filters down all the way to me.
That's great, and that's the
so-
way it should work.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
I
way it should
appreciate
work.
your time today. Is there anything else
You're
you want to
welcome.
let
No,
anybody
we're
know?
good. You're good.
Perfect. Thanks, Jackie.